Okay, we're going to go over Gustar real quick again. I'm going to give you the formula, and then hopefully this will help. So the very first thing that we have to do when using Gustar, okay? So the first thing I'm going to say, if you have one item or you're using an infinitive, okay? If you have one item or you're using an infinitive and you're saying that you like something, no matter who the person is that's liking it, okay? Sorry. Here we go. We start off with ah, and then we put the clarification. Okay? Now, if we have more than one person for that clarification, I'm just going to put this in parentheses. If we have more than one person, then we do two right there. And every person has an ah before their name or before their pronoun. Then you would put the indirect object. So you would either put may, te, lay, nos, os, or lace, depending on what you're trying to say. Then you would put gusta. Okay? I'm not sure. I didn't give myself enough space. So then the next word that you would use, you would either use the infinitive. I can't spell infinitive this morning. Infinitive. Okay, that means with the AR on it, with the ER on it, with the IR on it, because that means to and then do something. Then if you're saying one item, if you're doing the one item, you would either have L or la, and then you would have that one item. And then you could have the rest of the sentence if you have something else. If it is more than one item, I'm going to say more than one noun. More than one noun. You do the same thing. You do ah, and then you do clarification. And then if you have more than one clarification, you do the same thing. Then you would do may, te, lay, nos, os, or lace. Then you would put gustan. If it's just, oops, sorry about that. And then it would be los or las, and then the item. Or if you have two items like with this, like that, then you have to have the definite article el or la, el or la. Okay? So let's talk about this. Before I even give examples, the clarifications. The clarifications. I'm setting it up just like I set up my, this is the single side, this is the plural side. You do not use yo. You use a, me with an accent. A, t. Then all of these are the normal. A, el, a, ella, a, usted. Now, this one I'm going to put on there. And then their name. Okay? A nosotros. A vosotros. A ellos. A ellas. These are the clarifications. A ustedes. Then a their name, y a their name. Okay, those are the clarifications. If we're talking about I like, you would say me gusta. If it's one, me gusta, this is one item. Me gustan, if it's more than one item. You like. This is informal you. This is te gusta. If it's one item. Te gustan. If it's more than one item. This was informal, singular. He likes. Now, I didn't go over this, but if I'm going to use the clarification for this, this is a mí. A mí, there's two different words. A ti, no accent mark. A ti. Okay. Blue. Then, if I'm going to say he likes, and when you use third person, you have to use the clarification. A él le gusta. A él, I'm sorry, le gustan. If it is she likes, a ella le gusta. A ella le gustan. You like, and this is formal, singular. A usted le gusta. A usted le gustan. Now, you could have a person's name. Somebody likes. And it's one person. You put a and then their name. Le gusta. A, then their name, and le gustan. We like. Now, on this one, you don't have to have the clarification, but you can have the clarification if you want. A nosotros. I'm just going to go ahead and put it for both of them real quick. Le gusta. No. Why did I do that? Nos gusta. Nos gustan. You like. And again, a vosotros. These are two different words, guys. I know I didn't write enough space in between the last ones, but they are two different words. And it's os gusta. Os gustan. Oh, and this is informal, plural. And then we have they like. Oh, that was weird. They like. So you can either have a ellos or a ellas, depending on if it's masculine or feminine. Les gusta. A ellos or a ellas les gustan. You like, and this is formal, plural. A ustedes les gusta. A ustedes les gustan. And if you have this person and this person, oh, I like how I used Spanish, and this person like, it would be a, the person's name, and a, oops, why did I capitalize it? A and the person's name, les gusta, a blank and a blank les gustan, blank y blank. Okay? So, if I'm going to say Todd likes, okay? So, the clarification is going to be the a Todd. So, a Todd likes. Oops, I totally forgot the indirect object. Le, because Todd is a singular person, gusta. Now, if it said you like to study, okay? And I'm going to use the informal singular for this one, okay? So I don't need the clarification, but I could have the clarification. So I could have the at if I wanted it. Then it would be te gusta, because this is an infinitive. I don't use gustan, I use gusta. Estudiar. If I'm going to say John and Ben like, oh, what do they like? Like pens and pencils. Okay, there's two people, a John y a Ben. Because there's two people, I have to use les. Because there's more than one item, I have to use gustan. And because pens and pencils are both plural, I would say las plumas y los lápices. Oh, that's a huge accent mark. If I'm going to say we like to talk and eat breakfast. I don't know. So, we like. You could have the a nosotros, but you don't need the a nosotros. You put nos, and then you put gusta, because it's to talk. Hablar, and even though you have more than one infinitive, it's still gusta. Now, if you're going to say I don't like, I'm going to go right back up to all of these that you already wrote down. Okay, I'm going to go back all the way up here to the tippy top. If I'm going to say no, you do the exact same thing. If I'm going to say dislike or don't like, all you're going to do is put a no here, a no here, and it does the same thing. Down here, if I was doing this, I don't like, I would put a no in front. A no in front. You don't like or you dislike, I would put a no in front. Okay, he doesn't like. I would put a no in front of the indirect object. Doesn't like. I would put a no. I would put a no. Notice how it's after the clarification. You don't like. The no goes in front of the right after the clarification, right before the indirect object. Doesn't like. No. No. We don't like. No. No. You don't like. No. No. They don't like. No. No. You don't like. No. No. Okay, I hope this helps out a little bit.